Welcome to Innovative Pilates. Post-run leg workout for you to try. We're going to do a little bit of balance work, some calf work, inner thigh and general leg work as well. So if you would like to go and grab perhaps a couple of books, or if you're near a step, or I've got a couple of yoga blocks here I'm going to use for my calf raises, and if you've got a balance pad or again a block or a book to stand on just to challenge your balance. So come and join me in standing. Make sure you're warmed up before you start. So just to challenge your balance, let's just come onto the balance pad or block or whatever you're using. Spread your toes, give yourself a good base of support, and we're just going to come and hold and stand on one leg. Place your hands maybe on your hips or reach them out to the side. So various ways you can challenge your balance. Just stand, pop the foot down if you need to at any time. You can move your leg, maybe draw some circles with your free leg to challenge the stability through your standing side. Maybe draw some circles in both directions. Keep the circles small or as big as you can control. You can wave your arms around, so draw some circles with your arms. And as you know, as we've done in class before, you can do things with your head. So we can just look over our shoulders, left to right. You can look up and down. Whoop. There we go, that's the one for me. So if you fall off, just get back on. You can do things like covering your eyes. Remember, we can challenge our balance using or reducing our vision. So maybe pause and have a play around with that for a little bit. I'm doing well with that one. Okay, let's come on to the other side. Give yourself a big base of support, hands to hips. And again, maybe start some circling with your free leg. Do a bit in both directions. You can do arms and legs together if you wish, just to show off. So when you're balancing, if you're not being challenged at all and it's all very easy, then you do need to just up what you're doing a little bit by adding a little bit more. If you fall off, just get back into it. It means you are challenging yourself. So looking over your shoulders, maybe do a few in each direction. Up and down. Be somewhere safe, obviously. And then again, you can do covering or just closing one eye or both eyes. Okay, and you just enjoy and embrace all that challenge, the instability that it brings. It's all good for us long term. Okay, so maybe again pause and do a little bit on that side as well. So just pop your balance pad out the way. We're going to come and do some heel raises. So stand on block, step, whatever's good for you, whatever you've got handy, and just have the ball of your feet. Hold on to something because it's not a balance challenge now. We're going to be doing some strengthening. So remember, with your heel raises, it's actually the descending, the lowering of the heels where we're working. So you want to gradually feel a burn in your calf muscles. So pop up quite quickly and then slow the descent. So we can do this with the legs straight. You can have a go at doing some with the knees bent. So that's going to get into the lower calf muscle, the soleus, which is actually quite good for runners. So if you're a runner, have a go at doing some with your knees bent as well. So popping up, slow the descent. So when you start to get a little bit of burn in your calf, just have a rest, give your legs a shake, and then come back into it. I'm going to go back to straight legs, lift, slow descent, lift, slow descent. If you've got one side that needs a little bit more strengthening than the other, then perhaps just work through one side. You can just bend your other knee. So my right side's a little bit problematic at the moment. So I'm just going to do a few, not quite singles. I don't think I'm strong enough for singles just yet. But increase the weight into my right leg, left leg, maybe do a few. And you can do some alternating are quite nice as well. So again, if you want to pause the video and do a little bit more there on your calves, please feel free to. If you know your calf work is something that is needed. Okay, so let's come into some squats. So I'm just going to push one block away and take hold of another block. So we can use the block in two ways. You can keep your spine nice and straight. I've got my feet wider than my hips and feet slightly turned out. So you can lower, keeping your back straight. So thinking about working the leg muscles. Knees in line with your forefoot. So you can use the block to tap, a bit of a target there. Do it from the side. So again, spine is straight, not over rounding the spine. Of course, the deeper you get, you'll get a little bit of flexion into the low back. You can use the block another way, actually something to aim for with your pelvis if you want to go a bit deeper through range a bit more. Again, we can pop up and slow the descent, touch, pop up. So the more we can get through range with our hips, knees and ankles, obviously the better the long-term flexibility and strength in those areas. Keep going. Let's do another 7. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Take hold of your block, give your legs a shake. I'm just going to do some single leg work. Again, if you need something to help with your balance, so think of it more as a strengthening than a balance, but you could do strength and balance at the same time. Just get yourself warmed up. So I'm going to aim to touch the block with my knee by bending my left knee as opposed to just dropping my right hip. Sorry, crunching and cracking and all sorts. Perfectly normal to have these sort of noises in our joints. It's not painful. The more I do, the less it gets. Less it is, rather. Okay, I've just got back from a run, which is why I'm breathing heavily. Okay, let's go to the other side. So again, try and keep the hips level and touch the block because you're bending your knees, hips, rather than dropping your hip on the other side. Okay, do a couple more. Again, you can vary the height. You know, that's quite easy. You can always lower your target or higher it if that is a bit uncomfortable in your knees until your knees get stronger. Okay, we're going to hold the block again and come into some lunges. So 2 ways you can do lunges. Nice big stride. So we can bend both knees in a nice big stride with the knees at 90 degrees. Let's try that. So my aim is to get deep enough either to touch the back knee and or the block. So here your spine's quite straight, and if you notice my hips are just bobbing up and down. Okay, turn around, do the other side. You don't need to move your feet at all. Just rotate. Four more. The other way you can do your lunges is to have a shorter stride. So your back leg comes in a little bit. This time you lean forward to tap your block. So you actually hinge at the hips. This can be a bit kinder to the knees if your knees don't like the last one. A little bit more into the quads and glutes on your front leg. A little bit easier generally, so let's do another 10. Okay, so I'm really feeling my left glute and quad there. And then wrist change. So again, shorter stance, hinge forward at the hips. So whichever is your front leg, just think about drawing that hip back slightly. Let's do another 10. So with these lunges, you can slow them down, you can speed them up, vary your fast twitch or slow twitch fibres. And 3, 2, and 1. Whew, okay, so let's take the legs out wider. So we're going to push the block forward, give it a squeeze. So you're bending one knee and straightening the other leg. Push. Keep your knee over your toes on the bending side. So you should feel your inner thighs. Squeeze your block, give a little bit of an upper body work. Okay, let's just do the right side. Two more. And the left side. Let's go back to the right side. Start to go a bit deeper if you can. And the left, go a bit deeper. Maybe reach and touch your block. Keeping your spine straight, so we're working the leg muscles. Change over and tap the other side. Start to go a bit deeper again. Maybe start to lift your forefoot and stay low now. Transfer your weight, staying low. So imagine the ceilings come down. Ceiling is really low in this room anyway. So imagine your ceilings come down lower. Right, let's go for really low. And then over. Oh, nice big click in the knee. Do one more on each side. Okay, and then we're going to place the block underneath my pelvis, underneath my hips. Ooh. Bring your hands to the inside of your knees. Push the knees apart and just have a little breather there. So reach one hand down, so dip the shoulder, reach the arm away, and then rotate your other arm up to the ceiling. That gives you a nice thoracic rotation or twist. And then do the other side. And then come back up. Okay, so let's do deadlift. So remember a deadlift we taught in classes. So we're keeping your spine nice and straight, hinging forward at the hips. Maybe you can touch your block to the floor. See if you can find a stretch into your glutes and your hamstrings, and then nice straight spine as we come back up. So this is a really good way to strengthen and find length in your hamstrings at the same time. And if you've got some weights handy, doing this with some weights in your hand, you just lower the weights to the top of your foot. So you're hinging forward at your hips. So you're really feeling this in the hamstring glutes area, hopefully. If your back rounds, you'll probably feel it more in your spine. So use your back muscles to keep your spine lengthened. Do one more like that. Okay, and we're going to take the weight into the left leg, so just bend your right knee. Sorry, I'm taking the weight into my right leg, bending my left knee. And I'm going to hinge forward and lower my block towards the top of my right foot. Nice and slowly. And then pop back up. So this is that lengthening, that eccentric control of your hamstrings. Okay, I'm going to change and do the other side. Couple more. Okay, then we'll come back onto the first side. Now this time you're going to lift the leg behind you as you hinge forward. So a bit more of a balance challenge, and then come back up. So reach, 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 reach. You can't quite touch the floor, that's absolutely fine, doesn't matter. You need to bend your standing knee slightly. You can always put your balance pad there and touch something to surface a little bit higher, so bring the floor to you rather than you overreaching. So feel that control through your glutes and hamstrings. And then do the other side. So reaching your leg behind you. All that movement's coming from your hip joints. Your pelvis rolling on your head of femur, your hip. You can slow this down if you want to, you can speed it up. Vary your tempo. My back muscles working quite hard now, so just come and do the last few. Well done. Give your legs a shake. Woo. Right, so finish off with some stretches, perhaps do some hamstring stretches, some glute stretches, your figure of four, just to finish off. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you find it helpful. All right, take care till next time. Bye.